following the deployment of retired military generals that are led General Chiwenga. We understand that numerous generals that are loyalists of retired General Chiwenga, inclusive of retired General Rukeje and others, are said to be posted on diplomatic missions. And this is a strategy to further isolate retired General Chiwenga. Already, according to retired Lieutenant General Winston Sikauke Mapranga, this is seen as a trap to the retired generals. We've seen more veterans as well as retired generals sent on these diplomatic missions. Most of them, they do not return alive. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Tonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So this is what retired Lieutenant General Winston Sikauke Mapranga has written. He says, let me be blunt, the reshuffling of ambassadorial postings currently underway is not diplomacy. It is exile with a title. When officers and officials who owe their standing and their loyalty to General Constantino Chiwenga suddenly find themselves dispatched to Pretoria, Beijing, Abuja, or Brussels, we are not witnessing career advancement. We are witnessing containment dressed in a diplomatic suit. So in simple terms, what the retired Lieutenant General is saying is that this is not advancing the career of these retired military personnel. It is meant to counter Chiwenga, and we've seen the strategy of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa countering Chiwenga. It is basically targeting those thought to be supporters of him. And most of them have been eliminated, especially the retired military generals who participated in the ousting of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa in 2017. He continues to say, we are witnessing containment dressed in a diplomatic suit. This is not a new script. Any leader who fears a rival's base moves to hollow it out quietly, one posting at a time, so that no one can call it what it plainly is. Strip away the protocol, the motorcades, and the credentialing ceremonies, and what remains is simple arithmetics. Distance a man's allies from the levers of power, and you convince yourself you have distanced the man himself. Zimbabwe's political history is not short of this maneuver. Reassignment has long served as the softer cousin of dismissal, a way to remove a man from the room without the optics of a page. It allows the architects of the move to claim with a straight face that nothing political has occurred at all. Only career progression, only the ordinary rotation of service. But those of us who have sat in command briefings recognize the pattern the moment we see it. You do not send a rival's most capable lieutenants to embassies on 3 continents by coincidence. So it is not just sending the allies of retired General Chiwenga on 1 continent, but on 3 continents, so that they are very, very far apart. It will become easier to deal with them. You do it because you have counted heads and you did not like the number you arrive at. Loyalty does not relocate. Here is where the strategists in State House have miscalculated. General Chiwenga's standing was not built in ministerial corridors or cemented by ambassadorial commissions. It was built in the trenches of the liberation struggle, and it has been reinforced over decades with the command structures and institutions that remember precisely who carried this nation through its hardest hours. That loyalty does not relocate with a diplomatic passport. You cannot post a man's history to an embassy. You cannot transfer institutional memory the way you transfer personnel. Whatever title are handed out this week, the men being reassigned do not stop remembering who they served under, and the structures they leave behind do not forget either. Those orchestrating this game of musical chairs should ask themselves a harder question than the one they have been asking. Instead of calculating how many of General Chiwenga's allies can be scattered across foreign capitals, they might ask what has actually been solved by doing so. The answer is very likely. The underlying grievance, Zimbabwe's succession debate, the frustration with a patronage network some have taken to calling the Zikananda cartel, the unresolved question of who leads this country after Mnangagwa, the widening gap between the political elite and the citizens they claim to serve. None of that is stressed by moving names on an organogram. Scattering allies buys time, it does not buy resolution. Zimbabwe has seen this pattern before in earlier chapters of its post-independence politics, and it has rarely ended the way the strategist managing it imagined it would. Reassignment can delay a reckoning, it cannot cancel one. The longer that reckoning is postponed through reshuffles and reassignments rather than resolved through honest political dialogue, the sharper it tends to be when it finally arrives. That is the lesson this current maneuver risks ignoring. Diplomacy is meant to project a nation's interest abroad. It should not be repurposed as a tool for managing succession anxiety at home. Zimbabweans deserve a governing establishment that resolves its internal concepts openly, not one that exports its rivals and hope the problem quietly disappears with them. Lieutenant General Winston Sikauke Mabranga. So, as we heard earlier, I think I was reading the story of about numerous generals, retired generals, that Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa is looking forward in some weeks to come to post them to diplomatic missions. Specifically, retired General Rukeje is set to replace the ally of Chiwenga also was killed. That is Mate Madanda in Mozambique. And this, being posted in these diplomatic missions have proved to be an assassination trap for numerous retired military generals. And this is what exactly retired Lieutenant General Winston Sikauke Mapranga is saying. But he's saying that has been done before. They understand this template. It has happened before and it did not achieve the desired results. Instead, it delayed reckoning, but reckoning finally came. So, in simple terms, what he's trying to say is that whatever Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa is doing, because when he counts, he sees that the number of retired generals that are supposed to be dealt with, there are many. Of course, many have died, but there still are many that have remained alive, who are feared to be the allies of retired General Chiwenga. What he is simply saying is that even though that is happening, posting the allies of Chiwenga to diplomatic missions does not address the elephant in the room. What is the elephant in the room is the issue of succession. Who takes over after Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa? That is the most fundamental question. That is the most fundamental issue that has to be addressed. And he's saying no matter the allies of Chiwenga may be actually taken across 3 continents in this world in an effort to separate them, hoping that there won't be any scheming, hoping that there won't be a day of reckoning. According to him, that does not change the strategy that is in place. It may, of course, delay it, but it may not take away the concern that is at play at the moment as we are speaking. So a retired general responding like what I did earlier, that these postings, especially of retired military generals, should not be seen as promotions. They are not promotions. They are a calculated political ploy to try and neutralize General Chiwenga. It's all done in the interest of stripping powers to retired General Chiwenga and stripping his influence, cutting it off. But you are talking of human beings. For how long should you continue actually sending people to the National Heroes Acre without these individuals acting? And also, I must underscore that the retired generals are acting very slow because someone may think I'm still safe, but there is absolutely no one safe. What Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, what is clear that this government of Mnangagwa intends to do is to neutralize the military as an organization that determines who takes over, that manages, in fact, the succession of ZANU-PF. He is trying to destroy the culture that has existed since the formation of ZANU-PF. And from the look of things, he appears to be winning. And if this trend continues, Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa would be the first one to have pulled this and succeeded. But I have always said that I do not foresee him succeeding. It may be delaying the day of reckoning, but it shall surely come, and it may be even not so far away than people could actually imagine. And so it's good that those that Emerson Mnangagwa is targeting to eliminate, they see it before it is being initiated as well as implemented. Quite interesting moments in the Zimbabwean politics. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Take note that Tony Pani Ngube will be releasing his extended play album. It's called an EP in abbreviation on the 11th of August, that is 2026. Make sure that you are subscribed as well as following the digital platforms that are written on Pani Ngube. The music will be distributed across all digital platforms. And you could be in a position to actually procure, stream them on these digital platforms. Okangubu Mhlaba is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's leave the side of the live broadcast as I do more. Let's meet